Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Wednesday night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Bose831 Gaming is live on Twitch, and you're tuned in to a continuation of my Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition. We are on the Alma, Missouri map. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my channel. Before we get into it tonight, I just want to thank everyone for your support, and I hope you will continue to tune in and check out my content. Let me know what you're doing, what you like, if you got some things you want to see. Post it in the comments. Let me know if you got some mods you want to see me use, or you got some questions about the game. I'm happy to assist you. If I can't get the answer right away, I will. It's what I do. I've been playing Farming Simulator 22 for a long time. I'd like to say I'm by no means an expert. I have the saying I like to use is I'm a jack of all trades, an expert in none, but I'm knowledgeable in many. So that's kind of how we do over here. But without much further ado, let's get right into it. A lot of things have happened between episodes, and unfortunately, outside of the world of Farming Simulator 22 and this live stream series, I've been having some issues that I've been having to work through on my PC, my brand new PC today. If you've been following along in the series or the last few episodes, you know that I have upgraded my PC to something that's a bit more modern, but I'm still working out the kinks in setting up my new system. And today I ran into an interesting issue. I'm having some issues with a corrupt system file or files in my Windows 11 installation, and I've been trying to troubleshoot that and get that figured out, but unfortunately that has run right into my live stream time tonight. So some of the files that I wanted to reference on my PC about information I've been doing on things I've been working on off camera, I'm unable to access that file at the moment because of the troubleshooting process I'm going through on my PC. I'm unable to access those documents at the moment. But as you can see, if you're paying attention right now, you see a tractor that you're not familiar with if you've been watching or following along in the series. In fact, you're looking at two pieces of equipment that you have probably not seen or did not see at the end of the last episode in the series. So I'm going to try to cover everything that we've been doing off camera cold turkey, but the gist of everything is I've been working contracts off camera. We have finished up harvesting a couple of my fields. Well, I won't say we finished, but we have harvested some of my own fields, the combined fields of 36 and 39. I got to bale the material on this grass field. We've also harvested the grass on our own field 3, which is also another grass field. This cycle we're harvesting for hay, so we've already harvested and tedded. I just need to come through with a baler and get my hay bales going. We've also harvested wheat on field 4, and that's kind of where we're at right now. We're in the process of collecting the straw from field 4, and in order to assist in that process, that's where these new pieces of equipment that you're seeing right now come into play. I've leased the following items to assist with my straw harvest efforts. Let's go here to the lease items, and I've leased the forage wagon, the TARDIS XL forage wagon, and I have it set to an unrealistic capacity. I've also leased the Go While Vario Master V 140 baler, stationary baler. I have the, of course, the snuffle stuck, and I'll show you what I'm doing with that in just a sec. And I've also released the Crone Primos 5000, which is part of the Straw Harvest Pack mod. And let me give you a rundown on what we're doing here. I'm using the TARDIS XL. Let me go back here real quick. Forage wagon to pick up some straw, and I'm unloading that straw into the stationary baler, and we're going to create some straw bales, and we're going to load them in our automatic bale loader here, and we're going to place those in our bale storage. I'm only going to do a certain amount of those till we get close to maxing out our bale storage, but I don't want to get super close because we still need to obviously leave room for our hay and our silage so that we can continue to make our own TMR. But I'm going to distribute a certain amount of, probably half of the bales produced here, and then the other half at my other bale storage at the other cow barn. What I've also done, because we also have straw left over from the harvesting contracts I've been working, because that's the other thing I've been doing off cameras. We continue to work harvesting contracts, and I have straw produced from one harvest contract I've been working on field 6, and we need to also grab that straw and do that. But I've also came to the conclusion that the best way for me to handle the rest of working our straw that we have is to turn it into straw pellets, which is why we have the Primos. This device turns loose straw into straw pellets, and that's why I have this tractor. I'm leasing this tractor so that we can operate the Primos. Actually, was this contract part of this tractor part of one of the contracts I have? I forget now. I don't remember. I've been doing so many things quickly here off camera and pulled in different directions. I don't remember if this Fent is part of one of. I think this Fent may have been one of the contract vehicles from one of the contracts I have open right now. We'll know when I turn it in. I've also placed a sale point on the farm. This is a sale point for straw pellets, and and if we go here into our let's go into our wrong menu. If we go into our prices menu, we can see what's happening there. This is our prices menu, and if we scroll down, I didn't have to do this, but in the interest of time and profit, I decided to do something that's, while not necessarily cheaty, but definitely a little bit more convenient, and so we don't have to make a 500,000 trips to unload our straw pellets as we're pelletizing them with the mobile Primos 5000. But as you can see here, we have 2 sell points in the base map that will buy straw pellets. The livestock bale sell point, which is down in the downtown portion of the Alma map, and they're buying them at a rate of $291 per 1,000 liters. And the other point that's buying them is the Sedalia, which is a train station, and they're buying them at a rate of $291 as well. And the green arrow, up arrow, indicates that those rates are going up and trending upwards. Uh, but the pallet sale point that I placed, if you notice, it's buying the pallets, the straw pellets at a rate of $545 per 1,000 liters. So that's a no-brainer there. Uh, Although you could make the argument that it is a little cheaty for me to place the straw pallet sale point, but not necessarily, because I do have the DLC installed. So it is a placeable sale point that I can place on the map anywhere that I choose. I just chose to place it in a more convenient location to support the operations that I'm performing right now. And if we look at the seasonal fluctuations for straw pellets, you can see that we're selling in the month of July, and July is not necessarily the best month to sell straw pellets. In fact, if you look, it's probably the lowest price point of the year. So there's that. But I'm not going to hold on to these straw pellets because I got plenty of bales. I can actually, in the future, shred some straw bales and have them pelletized and lease the equipment to sell them at a more opportune time. Right now, we're just trying to make as much profit as possible and just get rid of this current straw on hand, because we got a lot of other stuff we need to do in a short amount of time here. I've also adjusted the time scale to real time on the current game, so that we can have enough time to do a lot of the additional activities that we need to perform here while we're on the current harvest cycle. We still got a lot to do here to get wrapped up before we finish the current harvest cycle, and I'm still trying to work these contracts, but I also got to make sure that I do not neglect some of the current responsibilities I need to perform for this current harvest cycle for my own fields. So with keeping that in mind, where we're at right now, let's see, I was kind of losing my train of thought here. We've been working around the clock. That's why you see the time is currently 2200, 2243 or 1043 in the night, because we've been working contracts. And first thing we want to do is I want to go ahead and sell this wheat, or fulfill this wheat from the contract on field 6. And let me see, where is my delivery point for that contract? That is the following location. That is at the grain sale point. So we're headed to the grain sale point. And once we drop this wheat off, hopefully, going in the wrong direction, I believe. Once we drop this wheat off, that should hopefully fulfill that particular contract on 6. And we got quite a few contracts up at the moment on the contracts screen, and I want to try to hit as many of them as I can, because my goal right now is just to make as much profit as possible so that we can perform some other operations, get some new equipment, do some of the other things that we want to do in this series, and keep things moving along as planned. All right. And my apologies if I might be a little bit distracted tonight, because as I'm working on the slab tonight, I'm also simultaneously working on troubleshooting the issues with my PC. So I'm kind of multitasking this evening, and it's been fun, because the first issue I ran into tonight was my brand new HP printer that I got, that apparently and again, I'm old school, so a lot of this stuff I'm still getting used to here. I have a new printer, modern day printer, and it doesn't connect via cable standard cable or USB cable, and um, it's a Wi-Fi printer and it connects via Wi-Fi, and I got that all set up, or at least I thought I did. But then I went to print something today for the first time, and I haven't really printed anything since the initial printing the print test files when I did the initial printer installation, and lo and behold, my printer was nowhere to be found. So had to troubleshoot that issue and get that resolved, and now my printer appears as one of the printers that's selectable from Windows, but at first it was a little crazy because my printer wasn't even showing up as one of the available printers from the print dialog, and so that had me greatly confused. But I got it figured out. One of my other skill sets, although I don't utilize it like I should, and I don't work in one of my trained professions, is I have a associate's degree in network administration and management, but I don't per se work in that particular profession. I work in technical support / customer service for governmental agencies, so I don't do IT work per se in my day job, but my work is IT adjacent, if you will. So I don't get to do this stuff every day, so I'm definitely behind the 8 ball on a lot of the current IT trends and so on and so forth. And I do stuff at home related to that as a hobby, but again, I've been rocking and rolling with an older system for quite some time, so I haven't been abreast of a lot of the modern stuff like I should be, and that's on me. Something I got to work on going forward, and having a modern PC is definitely a step in that direction. I'm also looking at working on probably going back to school a little bit here and getting up to speed and getting some of my certifications back in play. At one point in time in my life, I was working towards the Cisco certification, the CCNA, but real life kind of took over and I never did finish that program. But I was actively making progress in a program towards getting getting the training to prepare for testing for the CCNA. And had I finished that program, part of that program would have been testing and receiving the CCNA. That was many years ago. But I've been looking at some things, I've been researching some things, and I know in my brain, because I've been working for a while now and concentrating on my day job and being successful in my day job and in my chosen career track at the time. But now I basically had kind of got my mindset in a place where I wasn't looking on being that young gun that I used to be and working on increasing my skills per se, other than what was basically necessary for my day job, and hadn't been focusing on some of those other skills that I should have been hot dogging on for years now. And that includes my IT skills, my certifications, and a lot of that other stuff. But part of the reason for that is because I was one of those people that went to college early, joined the military, went back to college, started a family career or whatever, and never did finish college. But what happened was that I did end up going back to college later in life. But the program I went into was a highly accelerated program, where the college semesters were condensed. I basically did a 4-year program in 2 years. It was crazy intense, and at the time, I had a family going on and everything, and it was crazy. I won't say it was a sole contributing factor to my divorce, but it definitely was a factor. But those things happen, such as life. Um, but sorry, getting off on a tangent there. Need to go ahead and wrap that story up. But long story short, after doing that and finally, real life and working my career, and after so many certain things happened in real life, I kind of got away and from schooling and just focused on the career and whatever trainings to support my career, but even got away from that at a certain point in my career and just focus on the job at hand, and just haven't been gunning or being a part of the paper chase, as I like to call it, at work. So there's that. But there's been some things occurring at work lately that have kind of opened my eyes and changed my mindset, even though I was kind of at the point where I was just trying to be focused on just working and completing my career, because I'm at a later stage of my career, and I was just kind of like set in the general mindset that I work towards doing what I need to do to be successful in my career, generally speaking, but with my eyes on the goal of retirement. But I think stuff's been happening now that making me rethink that a little bit and change the game and kind of really think about getting back into the game a little bit more and gunning for some things. Because some stuff has happened at work recently that's kind of got me like this. Folks are forgetting who I am and what I'm capable of, and I have to show them. And it's been one of those periods lately where I've been really having to show folks, like, y'all forget who y'all dealing with. I don't play an idiot or a simple Simon on TV or in reality. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and get this baler turned on, because that's enough about me here. All right, so does it have to be plugged in? I thought we could turn it on. Does it have to have a PTO device powered up? Turn on baler. I thought we could turn it on. I think we have to have the tractor attached to it for it to do what it needs to do. So let me see here. Alright, so let me... Oops. Attach. So now... There we go. Okay. Make sure that's happening. What size do I have to do? I'll say that. First of all, what the heck, man? You got 125. That's a miss. 150. Make sure it's set to the maximum bale size. And what we have here is a failure to communicate. So we might as well take this bell, hold it up. I'm slipping here. Unload bells. Unload bells here. Is that of the liftable variety? It is not. But no fear. Reset the trailer. Attach. That's why I picked this tractor. And we got the bell forks attached. Lights on. Why didn't anybody tell me I'm working in the dark here? I don't like to do this on my series, but it's necessary for this episode. So that's what we're going to be doing today, unfortunately. So if you're watching this on mobile, my apologies if you aren't able to see as well as you would normally. But that's a YouTube thing as well. Yeah. That's how how they compress the videos, especially if you're watching on mobile. My apologies in advance. Alright. So let's try this again, shall we? Make sure this time that we got it set. Bell size is 150. Turn it on. And let's rock and roll with some straw. And while that's happening, let's go ahead and work on getting rid of some of this contract straw. And normally we would go ahead and cash out the contract for field 6, but I want to grab the straw from field 6 before we do so. So we're going to keep that contract open for the moment, and we shall address that momentarily. But first, we're going to get our own field 6 harvested, and then we want to go ahead and set the worker on here, the mulching and everything else, so we can get prepared for the next planting cycle. And we want to quickly go ahead and get that done. Lower pickup. Turn on pellet harvester. And first of all, let's continue here with our pellet harvest. And it's going to be a little bit slow hoofing because this is not a fast harvesting situation. Okay. And my apologies, I didn't give you guys the rundown because I've been doing this off camera with how to set up and use this piece of equipment. There are some particular things you need to be aware of when using this particular Primos 5000 straw pellet harvester. It requires 2 materials in order to operate and create straw pellets properly. It requires water and molasses, and you have to buy the molasses from the shop. It comes in pallets as well, and once we run out, we'll go back to the shop and I can show you that. But I can also show you from the shop menu what the molasses pallets look like momentarily. Once we get a moment, because we're definitely going to have to refill it in the not too distant future. You can see I'm down to 160 liters or 79% right now, and the molasses water's at 75%. but both elements are required along with the straw itself in order to create the straw pallets. And one of the things I wanted to get into, I didn't have time or opportunity to do testing off camera, but I wanted to test some of the other DLC equipment that's part of the straw harvest pack, including the straw harvest halls and or factories or whatever you want to call them. The pallet production, straw pellet production factories, I guess. Because I may even, depending on the results of my testing, when I get a chance to do it, even put a couple of those down during this series. Because those, I've had the straw harvest pack installed before, used it quite a bit in Farming Simulator 19, but I only use this equipment that I'm using here. I never did do the hauls or any of the other pieces of equipment that come with the pack. I may put those down and do some mass production of straw pallets. Excuse me, straw pellets. I keep saying mixing up pellets and pallets, but a little bit of both. The words are too close to my brain. So it's an honest mistake, I guess. Alright, but this is not a fast process at all. I didn't even think I probably could hire a worker to do this. I'm not sure. We'll check that out momentarily too, because I got some other stuff I need to be doing, and if I could set a worker to this cast so that I can multitask, that would be helpful as well. And of course, the other reason why this tractor is going slow and struggling a little bit is because this piece of equipment might be taking the tractor right to the edge of its power limits, so there's probably some of it there too. It is moving mighty slow. I hate missing products, but I'm also trying to resist the urge to be OCD about, I gotta do it. My brain's not wired to not just leave missing sections of straw patches around on the field, so we gotta go get it. That would drive me crazy if I don't. Alright. Gotta turn it off just so I can move a little faster. Get back in position. And looks like we can't hire a worker to do this job in particular. That's unfortunate. So this is going to continue to be a manual deal, and we got a long way to go, as you can see. And I don't want this whole entire episode to turn into you guys watching me run this job in particular, but I may not have much choice in the matter tonight. because of how fast these operations are going. It was my intention to get most, if not all, of this knocked out off camera, but the universe unfortunately had other designs. Alright, pipe out. Well, this is a sale operation for the pellets, straw pellets. And see how much we get this time for a full load. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's $4,908 plus a $416 environmental score bonus. We'll take it. Pipe in. And again, if you think about where we're at on this price chart, this is the month with the lowest market prices, so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of money you can make in some of the higher months. Because let's take a peek at that chart again and just kind of think about that out loud and kind of run the numbers. We go back to that screen for the prices and hop over to straw pellets. See, we got, oh, I forget, we got 44,000 or 94 liters of straw pellets in storage. But if you look at the seasonal fluctuations, the price kind of, you can see the low end is $295, which is where we're at. We're kind of on the lower end now, the prices. The high end is up to max of $374. And so if we were to sell closer to the closer we get from starting from July and trending into January, with the peak being in January, if we were selling in January, we'd be much closer to the $374 price point. And again, we're talking about per 1,000 liters. And since the pallet sell point doesn't work within those fluctuations, that might be a moot point, because I think the pallet sell point locks in at the 545 range, or I wonder if it has its own seasonal price fluctuation. Yeah, because it's already, the starting price right now is already higher than the low end that you see on this chart, because they're starting. This is right now at 545, which is starting higher than the max for this map's particular sale point. So that's interesting. That's something I may have to look into and research further as well. So does that sell point stay locked in at 545? I would think not, since it has the little down arrow there that indicates the price is trending lower. But I don't know, that might be a bug or no. Also, something I do as part of my job functions on my day job, we do bug testing. So would definitely love to want to try to see if I can troubleshoot that use case and figure out if that's a bug or it's a design oversight or whatever that whole situation or scenario is. but it is interesting in either case. Alright, I'm going to try to turn a portion of my OCD brain off here. And try not to over-index on picking up missed straw. Wish this one thing that would help, and I know I can't do it on console, but I was playing on PC, we could widen pickup point for this particular piece of machinery, and I would also give it a nice little somewhat unrealistic speed boost. But I digress. That's what we got DJ Go Ham for, right? All right, so let's go back this direction. There's two of my favorite farming simulator YouTubers outside of myself are my OG, as I like to call him, Paul, or Mr. Sealy P, and my other OG is DJ Go Ham. With another shout out to a couple of other YouTubers I watched that got me through the pandemic. Most definitely, actually 3 of them. But one of them is Arthur Chapman, and the other one is this fellow called Peanut. And the third one that I did watch a lot of content of, but I kind of got away from him as late, because he still does Farming Simulator, but he's focused on PC, and I'm still on console. He switched the focus of his channel to PC coverage, and I try to cover the guys that watch the guys that do console exclusively, which Mr. CLP does, although he's on a PS5, but I won't hold that against him. Or DJ, who plays on a little bit of everything with a primary on PC, but he does provide information and nuggets for people that play on all platforms, including consoles. So, and DJ is probably if you're new to the game, I would strongly recommend those guys as starting points. Also, if I'm forgetting another guy that's put me on definitely some tips and tricks of the game, because that's the strongest element of his channel, and that's Driver 53, and he's definitely your go-to tips, tricks, and game cheats or exploits. Or another running joke for my day job: it's not a bug, it's functioning as designed. You just didn't know you had an additional feature. Alright, let's get this. Actually, I'm saying the joke wrong. Anyways, the correct context of the joke is it's an added feature, not a bug. But I digress. Alright, almost ready with another full load. As you see by the straw swath paths, I've been a bit all over the place. part because of the irregular shape of the field. In a moment, we'll take a break from this activity and switch up to something else so you can get some good clean looks at a variety of farm operations tonight. Something tells me we won't make any other progress towards doing some other stuff in tonight's episode. We just got a lot of farm and contract work to continue running through. We'll see how it all plays out. About halfway through our water, halfway through our molasses, so we won't have to make a supply run just yet, but we want to keep that in mind and keep an eye out, or an eye on that. Alright, pipe out. And here we go. Uh-oh, Junior doesn't want to unload. Let's get a little closer. There we go. I think this might be an opportunity for a quick screenshot. So we're gonna do this. Okay, where is another $4,908? I'm a happy man. And actually here in this photograph you can see, or in this shot you can see actually the straw pellet bags that are created from the pellet factories, which don't have any placed yet, but I definitely do want to test with those before I place any of them to make sure I know what the heck I'm doing before I go ham, if you will, on doing some straw pellet bag production. Chain madness, but it is up for future consideration for sure. We're gonna do the screenshot right here. All right, and let's bring the help window back up because I'm not that well versed with the controls like that to operate without my help window, and I don't want to delete something or do something by accident that causes me to lose hours upon hours of work, which is something that's always a danger with Farming Simulator, and especially on console, because the game technically only allows one save slot per map. So it's very easy to overwrite a game save that you wanted to keep, or you made a mistake and at a certain point, and you save the game, you won't be able to undo that particular mistake because you can't save. There's no save scumming in Farming Simulator 22. at least on console. But if you guys out there might know some or have some information on that, or how to get around that whole single save file issue on console, post in the comments, in the chat, and let me know. And I'll make sure to make other folks aware. And obviously want to focus on my own fields and getting those harvested and work before I divert my attention back to the contracts. So that's kind of why you're seeing me focus on this field right now tonight. And again, I say it was my honest intention to have most of this knocked out, where we could jump in tonight and work on some different, some other stuff, including tending to the animals and all that. Although that didn't work out, so we're having to do a lot of this stuff on the lab. But on that same token, there may be some of you out here that are new to the game, or even if you're not new but you never seen any of this gameplay. I hope that this is something you enjoy. As I've talked about before many times, on this episode and on previous episodes in the series, this is easily my favorite game. And even with the pros and the cons, it's kind of one of those tough love things. This is one of those games you love to love and love to hate. I'm also excited, although given some of the news that's been happening in the industry, just thinking out loud, like where we might be headed for the next version of Farm Simulator, and taking into consideration what's kind of going on with next-gen consoles. Because as we know right now, out in the universe, Sony has revealed, or at least purposely leaked, the specs for the mid-gen refresh of their console cycle. And they've announced they're releasing a PlayStation Pro. I'm not sure about the timelines, because again, I'm Xbox and not PS5. But Sony has announced and released the specs for an alleged PlayStation 5 Pro system. I think, in my humble opinion, that's going to be a piece of equipment that is more for the hardcore gamer types. It'll be interesting to see what kind of sales numbers, when that piece of equipment does release, how it sells. Because the PlayStation 4 Pro didn't do any crazy numbers, and ended up, I think at the end of the generation, more or less, it ended up only being about, if I recall correctly, about 10% of the standard install base, user base for PlayStation 4 owners. And given how these next-gen consoles are priced now, there's been a lot of speculation about what price it would be at. The speculation is that the device as well would be a true console capable of doing a performance 4K 60 frames per second. But I will leave it when I see it. And if that's real talk, what is that thing gonna cost? My guess is about $549 to $649. I don't think they'll go all the way up to the 800 range, but if it actually does what they say it's going to do, it will have to be priced accordingly, because that silicon has a certain cost associated with it. And if you're going to be pushing that many polygons, you're going to have the hardware to run it, and that hardware ain't cheap. So those components for the Pro will definitely add some additional cost to the machine, but we'll see when we get more official information. One of the things and this is my opinion and not the opinion of YouTube or anyone else for that matter, but just based on what I've seen and on the internet, man, and as a Xbox owner now in this current generation, in the past I have owned all three. I've owned the Nintendo systems, PlayStation systems, and Xbox systems. The industry, in my humble opinion, has a certain especially the magazines, journalists, gaming websites and such, they have most of them have an inherent bias for Sony and against Microsoft. And it doesn't take a genius to kind of figure that out based on how the devices and the companies are covered. And I'm not going to cite specific reasons for that, but again, that's my opinion based on my observation on what I see going on from day to day online. Because there's a lot of, quote, fanboys posing as journalists for a lot of these websites. A lot of these gaming-based websites is rather interesting sometimes. Alright. Look at this go. And it's so disappointing because I really wanted to have most of this knocked out prior to jumping in tonight, so they can kind of see us do some quick bailing and then call it a day. But again, the universe had other ideas. I mean, man, this is slow. Alright, that's a good one there. Still got so much more to get done here though. Alright, let's check out this small patch here. At the Deem This the Straw Pellet Harvest episode. And that's what it's turned into tonight. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We're putting in that work. Alma, 2 miles an hour, really, brother? Alright, we might have to switch this tractor out, bud. This right here is, well, we'll be here for a couple of days, next couple of days at this rate. 4 miles an hour. Alright, let's pick up. Alright, where are we at? Right here. Alright. And once we get another, this next full load, we're going to change gears a bit. But I don't want to totally neglect my own fields, because that's always should be a priority over contract fields at any point in time. Alright, turn on. Turn off. I've been doing it all wrong, apparently. Alright, and this big pile right here should get it. Yep, that's it. Alright, next stop, the straw pellet sell point. definitely, and I know I keep talking about it, but we're definitely going to have to look at getting those facilities in place. Because those facilities also have a straw storage built as part of the buildings as well. Like bulk storage for straw, so they for raw loose material straw at least, and I could utilize that too. I'm gonna do a pipe out. There we go. And once we finish this unload, we'll switch gears. All right, okay, that's a cut. $4,908 for a $16 bonus. All right, so as I indicated, let's change gears real quick. Let's see what's happening with the bill situation, and we never even made any progress, huh? Apparently the bill baler took my trailer as a foreign object, huh? There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get this rocket science figured out here. Alright, where can I position this bale trailer? So that it can do its thing. Position. Try right there. Alright, gotta move the forage trailer back a little bit. And unload straw. Alright, so let's get back hooked up to this stationary baler. Attach. Turn it on. And let's rock. And here you can see the material, raw material is being turned into bales. Kicks the bale out and it's immediately distributed to the auto load trailer. So I think we got it now. I wonder. Alright, yeah, I can leave that to its own devices for now and move on to something else. Alright, so let's bring our attention to contracts that we were working. And we just want to make sure we're not missing anything out here with our contracts. Alright, how are we looking here? Alright, this contract. Oh no, I spoke too soon. There's some uncut gems up here, up ahead. So more turn back on. And we got some grass to work with that we're going to turn into hay. Alright, quite a bit of this material here. And this is one I had turned the contract worker loose on, and he did what the contract workers tend to do here. And I sincerely hope that Giants has some serious AI upgrades with the next version of Farming Simulator 22. They might need to have a team dedicated to that. Alright, almost got this grass harvest finished up. This is a beautiful harvest here. Beautiful, beautiful harvest. Just gotta finish the job. I need to run through each and every piece of loose material I can find and make sure it's tedded. Alright, and I think that should be it. Oh, there's a patch right in front of me, isn't there? Thought I saw the lights playing tricks on me. Is that it? Alright. I really like this big chrome. That's a great piece of equipment for working contracts, but the game kind of randomizes what equipment is offered for lease when you have a contract. Excuse me. But I actually like the 450. It's just a very expensive mower, and it's just one of those options that you might have if you're running a farm where they got enough money in the bank where money is not an object like that, so you can buy some of the more expensive equipment. I was going so slow, I might help if you turn the tether off. Alright, and I guess we'll call this operation complete-ish. The other part of the contract is, of course, creating the bills, and then we gotta pick them up and haul them off to their respective locations. And I'm just getting this piece of equipment out the way for now. And let's see, do we have... Oh, we have my John Deere at the shop. Why did I park it at the shop? I don't remember. Alright. So the next phase of the process for that contract would be baling. Is that around? Well, I could use the bale pickup equipment for the contract, but that would be slow hoofing. Alright, I'm trying to brainstorm, I'm thinking out loud on what I want to do next. Lights. First turn on my headlights. That would be helpful. And we're going to go grab our baler, because we're going to use my own equipment for this, for a lot of this contract work when we can, and it's appropriate, especially as far as time saving goes. It's a little bit of a ride to get back to the main property. Alright. What was I doing? I lost my train of thought. Let's bring this tractor back to do what? I forget now. Oh, bales. Just having a senior moment there. Alright, so what we can do here, go ahead and grab a baler and at least have the bales created where we can come through and quickly pick them up with an auto load bale trailer. Actually, let's do this. Let's start by working my own doggone fields, and then we'll come back to the contract. So we'll start with field 3, and let's go ahead and get that hay baled. Go ahead and get that. Go pick up, turn on baler. And normally a step in between this would be windrowing, but this baler has a wide pickup. We visually can see it. It's a modded baler, so I don't necessarily need to do that particular step because I can see what I'm doing here. And we just pick it up as is. Alright, there's one bale. Let's see how many we get out of the process this harvest. Alright, and this is fast building personified right here. So I love this piece of equipment. Alright. Let's go this way. I don't even know which way to go. Alright, that's 2 bales. Some raw material there that was missed. And that's on the operator, not the baler. Alright. Sorry, I got distracted there for a few moments, but I'm back. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish getting this bale harvest knocked completely out. Again, this is on my field that we own. And before we got, what, 3 full bales out of it last time, and we have it set to do 150 centimeter bales, so that's a lot of material in a bale. And set it up that way so that it would produce as few bales as possible. As for console players, we have a slot limit, so there's only a limited amount of capacity we have. Alright, where are we? We'll make sure we got everything in this area cleaned up. I thought so. There we go. Let's just go this way. Okay, now, and this is going to be the modus operandi for as our baling operation goes. And since we're doing, in this scenario, we're doing hay, we won't, the wrapping ability of the baler won't come into play for at least for this contract. Excuse me, at least for this field, I should say, not contract, because this is not a contract field. This is my own field. Alright, circle back around. And when I'm doing these live stream series episodes, man, it's always interesting how I start out, even on nights when I start out strong, and I think I'm gonna knock it out without having some moments sometimes where I fade away. Yeah, or get distracted or something. Always during the second hour, every time. Gotta work on that, man. Alright. I think that's 3 bells already. Alright. And just think about it though, also because I'm using the fast bell, this is being done much faster than it would be if I were using a standard piece of equipment for the belling. Chop, chop. Close to spitting out another bell. Alright, checking the time. Alright, 8:40. Oh, I missed a patch of grass there, then a couple of patches. Not good. Always. And with the mower I have, I don't know how that happens so often. Okay, so that's everything. So now we can turn the bell off, fold it up. Get a little repair cycle going here. Repair and repair the tractor. And before we depart, let's Go refill on our gas so we don't run out of gas while we're in the field. Oops, oh, wrong thing. I'm trying to unload the truck, not refill the truck. Son of a gun. Thankfully, it's super slow. Alright. I almost had it, now right back where I started at. Just keep you parked over here until we're ready for you. That garage door doesn't work. Alright, so now let's go work one of our contract fields. Actually, scratch that. We have another set of our own fields we need to bale before we go to the contract field. We go the contract field after we bale our other grass fields. Alright, let's go. Come on, baler. It's go time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And for this particular job, the training wheel's off, man. We're finna rock and roll. Alright, there's our first bale of this field. It won't be the last. Still trying to go through this as fast as we can. Chaos ensues. Actually, still doing alright on the time, getting close to the end of tonight's episode. Man, have we been busy tonight. Busiest in a while, but this is how this thing goes. It goes in cycles. You know, once you gotta wait for your crops to do their thing, and once the crops do their thing, and then you're busy as all get out until the seasons change again. And just when winter hits, there ain't much you can do. Just love this thing turns on a dime. So cool. But I digress. Alright, back on the grind. Once again, continuing with your regularly scheduled programming. And still got me spacing out there. It's been a long day and a long week, and this is the middle of it, so it's been interesting. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out tonight as we get closer to the end of tonight's episode. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to check me out and what I'm doing here on this channel. Hopefully, as this channel continues to grow and we get some likes and some subscriptions and stuff going, we can do some big things in the future. Got some other ideas for this channel, got some content I want to produce, and I finally got a PC set up. Well, in theory, once I get it, the bugs or kinks worked out, where I can actually actively work on improving my video production. So there are some exciting things forthcoming. We're also going to work on producing some content for some of the other games that I play, whether it be on this channel or some direct to YouTube videos. But I'll keep posting that on my social media, my X channel or page, and my IG page, which I haven't really done much with either. I also have a Facebook page. I haven't done anything with that. I'm not entirely sure if I know what the login is for it anymore. But we'll cross that bridge when I get there, because that was one of the things I was struggling with as I was trying to create a Facebook page just for my gaming channel, and was running into all kind of problems with that. One of the funny things about Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, all these big time social media platforms having these identity crises are super annoying sometimes. Just like that, I lost train of thought on what I was talking about. Man, I'm really having some senior moments tonight. I forgot what I was talking about. Just wow. Wow. I know it was related to producing custom content, but I don't remember what tangent I got on that tangent. But anywho, as I also was saying, thank you. I'm Bose831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course, so on and so forth. Please make sure that you take the time to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Either way, let me know. Drop by, leave a comment, something. Let me know how I'm doing. Got some stuff you'd like to see? Let me know. Some content that you want me to produce? Let me know. Some equipment you want to see me use in the series? Let me know. And like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? All right. That's all we got. Alright, so now we could just transition right from my own field right into the contract field next door and keep this whole thing moving. And since we're doing hay across the board, this is going to be cool. Okay. And now it's just making the rounds on the field, spit out the bills, and then once we're done with the bills, just come back with a bill trailer, pick the bills up, take it to sell point, profit. That's the cycle, that's the flow. See, the OCD side of the brain just couldn't let it go. You don't want to miss a drop of material. Boom. It's another bell. Bell, bell, bell. And that's about gonna do it for us tonight, folks. You've been tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. Another episode of my Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition live stream series. We're on the Alma, Missouri map. And it's been a good one, folks. When we jump back in, I'll keep you apprised on where we're at and what we're doing from that point going forward. I'm definitely gonna try to get some things handled or knocked out off camera, as always. Just remember, these playthroughs or the series that we're doing are living series, and they don't stop when we're off camera completely most of the time. But I will keep you apprised, and while you're at it, wish me luck with my PC situation. And that's all I got, folks, and I will catch you on the flip side. We got to make up. Stay tuned for an extra minute or two here because I was just slightly late getting started, but that's it. And I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. All right. It's a wrap.